Hi, and welcome to the Toon Goons, the podcast in which we take an adult and critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation and analyze how they affect the pop culture landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki.
I'm Nina.
And I'm Michael Henry Tooch. Hello.
I have seen that scene with trailers and my two viewings of the movie about 7 times.
Oh, man.
It fucking kills me every time. The one shot, it gets me every time. It's perfect.
Because it's so slow that you instinctively never know when it's coming, like all the way when it's there.
The timing is uncomfortably funny.
Yeah.
This week we are really using our tagline of, adult and critical perspective to the, one of the best opportunities we've given ourselves. And we're talking about Zootopia, a movie that, this is like the most us movie that has come out since we started doing this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder you guys have been, begging us to talk about it.
Yeah. I'm glad that our fans really understand, what we are about and what we like and what we're drawn to and what we like to talk about. Because, it's the kind of shit that's in this movie, Zootopia, which is great. It was released in Europe as Zootropolis because apparently there's some park in Germany or somewhere. Yeah,
there's an actual zoo called Zootopia.
Whoops.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, so they had to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and take alternate takes of all the lines. Fucking amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. Because we're going to spoil the whole thing. And there is shit to spoil in this movie. There's twistums. And it is absolutely as important and great and beautiful as everybody has said. So go see it and then come back to us. We already got your download. It's fine. You can take as much time as you want.
All right. But first up, we got some news.
Oh, and thank you for everybody for bearing with us on our week off. Whenever one of us travels, it's basically impossible, and we didn't plan ahead for it because it kind of snuck up on us. So thank you, everybody, for being cool. We got literally no one getting up on our gooch about it, and that's phenomenal.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
I think it's because we're in that sweet spot where we're not huge.
Yeah.
We've got, what do we got for news, Nina?
All right, so we got a mixed bag. First up, something pretty interesting, and that's Disney is going to be returning to the Black Cauldron.
What?
Yes, if you're not aware, 30 years ago, Walt Disney Animation made a film called The Black Cauldron, which was an adaptation of Lloyd Alexander's fantasy series, The Chronicles of Prydain. It was a huge bomb, so much so that it's possible you don't even know about this movie because Disney will do everything in their power to forget it ever happened. Until now.
Yeah. And not like Song in the South style burying it. It's just not very good. Now, have any of us seen it?
No.
No. So we can't speak for its quality, just that it's a darker film. It was during the dark age of Disney, so the animation quality wasn't at its best.
My understanding of the movie is that it's not god-awful by any means. It's just nothing.
Yeah.
There's just nothing good or interesting in it.
Yeah, I can't speak to that, obviously, because we haven't seen it. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
But that's the impression that I've got. It was just super generic high fantasy. It was of a kind of an unpleasant tone. And it came out at a point where Disney was riding kind of low. Mm-hmm. And they needed something to really work. And this completely didn't. And the financial loss that this movie caused would have crippled most other film studios.
It almost crippled it. It really did almost cripple its animation budget. If this almost killed
Walt Disney Animation, it would have killed basically any other animation studio. They wouldn't have been able to bounce back from a bomb like this.
Instead, Disney tried to kill every other animation studio once they picked up enough speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's notable for actually being the first Disney film to feature computer animation. That's typically credited to The Great Mouse Detective, because that film was successful. But it was actually The Black Cauldron. Used some special effects, 3D animation. But anyway, apparently, Disney has re-required the rights to the books with an eye on developing a new feature based on the fantasy world, which apparently is based in Welsh mythology.
Ooh. Rarely tapped into.
Really tapped into because it's...
Every noun is impossible to say.
The language is inscrutable.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've made fun of the Welsh language before. I got nothing against the Welsh people.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of swineherds and pigs. Oracular pigs and noble swineherds. Okay.
There was a pig in the movie, I remember. I remember that much.
Yeah. So we're not 100% sure if it's going to be an animated film or they're going to put it to their live action
They better not.
remake side or
make it a
what,
do-over. I want this to be a do-over. I want them to be
I
like, let's
would
do
like
it
a
good
do-over.
this time.
Now, I would be astonished if they called it the Black Cauldron or anything evoking the Black Cauldron. They might go with the Chronicles of Prydain, which they didn't go for at first because it's a bad name. But, you know, I bet they're not going to, like, openly to in their general marketing tie it to a movie that was a complete financial load of dump.
Maybe they'll Fast and Furious it and it'll just be called Black Cauldron.
Or Cauldron.
Or maybe just Prydain. That's my realistic guess. Since it's a one-word title.
Maybe.
It's zippy. The kids aren't paying attention to longer titles. They got their apps.
So yeah, I guess, I mean, time frame, who fucking knows? 3 years from now, maybe?
2018. That's when everything's happening.
So, alright, next up is we got some coverage about what's been going on with The Little Prince. Because we skipped a week, I'm sorry, did we cover the fact that
we didn't, because the week we were supposed to record, we got asks about it, and then within that time span, it solved itself.
Yeah, so this is the only reason why I'm glad we missed last week, because then we would have talked about something irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right. Since we took a week off, we sort of missed the news that Paramount sort of decided to bail on the U.S. release. It was going to be released in theaters, and then they're like, no, this is really weird. It was going to release March 18th. It didn't happen. It was a really last-minute decision. But now Netflix has instead picked up the rights to the film and will be releasing it through Netflix for people to see, which is great, because I really want to see that movie.
Yeah, and what's also great is this is a rare opportunity where us taking a week off meant that we didn't have to talk about something that now completely doesn't matter. Because like the story dropped like the day before we normally record, and then was resolved 2 days later.
I just want to say that I'm loving Netflix's business strategy of wait until someone fucks up and then fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're doing that. They're adapting a series of unfortunate events after that atrocious movie from a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
This is a significantly, exponentially quicker turnaround than that.
Oh, yeah.
That was over 10 years ago.
So, if you don't remember the film, I mean, it's an adaptation of The Little Prince, but it's framed through this young girl being told the story by, I don't know if it's her grandfather or just this, like, old man.
They're Princess Briding it.
This old man who lives across the street. And then the frame story is 3D, and then the prince is in stop-motion animation made with, like, paper figures, like, kind of crumpled and folded together. Really cute.
Cute. I actually have the book. I found it in, like, a free bin in my bookstore, but I haven't read it yet. Yeah,
I don't think I have read it, actually. I think I've read parts of it, like, with the rose.
There was like my knowledge of The Little Prince begins and ends at that one Futurama joke when the two boys are delivering papers.
And they just
they nail that French kid.
And he's like, au revoir! As he's going into the uncaring void of space. Maybe he had a civilization of Old Testament little guys form on his chest and butt, and he had his own adventure that was exactly like Godfellas.
Yep. That probably happens all the time.
So I'm so excited that I get to watch this, and I get to watch it in the comfort of my own home too, because there was a screening, but like I don't have time to go out half the time because of just all the shit that's going on. So it's nice to be able to just watch it in my room.
Now it doesn't mean it's going to take us much longer to see the movie, but I didn't know it was coming out this soon. It was something that was in the back of my mind that they were making, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. That'll be a good movie. I didn't know it was supposed to come out 5 days before this recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, because of some kind of reason, it's going to come out probably next year on Netflix.
Well, we don't have an estimated,
Yeah, it's not going to be right away. But, that's fine with me. It's not like I was champing at the bit to see this movie. I want to see it, but it's not like I wasn't crushed when I heard it was canceled. I'm like, well, that's just some more bullshit. So, yeah, I'll wait. And I'll watch it, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some quick news from our friends at the Academy. And that Jennifer Yu Nelson, the director of Kung Fu Panda 2 and co-director of Kung Fu Panda 3, has officially been appointed to its board of governors as a part of its initiative to increase diversity to its leadership.
So she was their second choice after the other guy said no, I guess.
Yeah.
It was Takahata, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's actually in Hollywood, so it makes more sense.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll bring about a change, but there's nothing else we can really say about that now. Good on you, Jennifer Yu Nelson. That's great for you.
You make good movies. I like you.
I like more.
You. Oh. Alright, so next up is really interesting, as Studio Ghibli is going to be releasing a brand new short based on a 12th century manga.
Quote-unquote manga.
Quote-unquote manga.
But, like...
Well, the word manga
it's sequential art.
Yeah, the word manga means, like, inconsequential doodles. It was coined by, Hokusai. Yes. It's like sketches that you don't go anywhere is originally where it started, and then it turned into what we know it to be today. But the source is a little manga called Choju Jinbutsu Giga, or The Scrolls of Frolicking Animals, and it's widely considered to be the earliest artistic ancestor of Japanese manga. The animated adaptation will reflect the original illustration design and coloring. And apparently it was commissioned by an energy company to promote its strategic shift towards green energy production, which is it's something Ghibli believes in, so okay.
It's like a commercial.
I don't see the connection, but sure.
Well, because like it's animals and it's nature, so it's environmental in that respect.
It looks awesome.
Gorgeous.
It looks so cool. It really looks like an ink painting or a woodblock print.
I don't know if this is like ukiyo-e or sumi-e. I'm not enough of a art scholar to know the difference. I can't even remember which one Okami was. I think that was sumi-e. And I don't think this is that. Because this is very light in color. Basically no color.
It's ink.
It's just ink. Whereas, whichever one Okami was very much color.
It was a set of 4 picture scrolls, which apparently are called emakimono.
And it's like, it looks very watercolory, but it's not watercolors, it's like watered down ink, and it's got a frog and a little rabbit and some mice. And it's cute. It looks great. And last, we have something pretty cool and something that'll be available to most people, and that as of March 26th, this open source animation production software is going to be available called Open Toons.
With a Z.
Distributed with a Z. It's going to be distributed for free. It's been employed by Studio Ghibli. I believe the creators of Futurama have used the program.
And to be clear, more recent Ghibli. It says here since Arrietty, which, despite the problems that movie had, still gorgeous.
Yes, it was still very pretty, but it was very boring and uninteresting. And drags on forever.
I consider it a better alternative to the Smurfs movie.
Actually, they started using tunes since Princess Mononoke. They said, during the production of Princess Mononoke in 1995, we needed a software which enables us to create a certain section of the animation digitally. This is Atsushi Okui, executive imaging director. We checked what was available at the time and chose tunes.
Yeah, they first used the special Ghibli edition of Toons that was made just for them.
Oh, that was nice of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Ghibli's like, hey, you're our guys, then you're gonna want to do a good job.
So, like, they're still gonna be developing and marketing a Toons Premium that you have to buy, but Open Toons is the open source software version.
Yeah, the way I'm seeing this, because obviously I'm somebody who has to dabble in a lot of, like, how do I do this in my home? So, I'm for anybody expecting this to just be like, I'm gonna get this for free and it's gonna be great and I'm gonna push a button and it's gonna make my cartoons, like, it'll probably be just as completely non-user-friendly and non-intuitive as every other professional-grade animation thing, but obviously it's free. I assume that this is probably a bid to really up, like, people learning on it, because, like, really, most people who are artists from home work on pirated software, because they're all $1 million, and fuck that. But really, especially Adobe, they're making all their money from, like, entire studios and schools buying their product en masse. And, you know, and the reason they're doing this is because it's like, hey, you know, everybody's gonna learn on our thing. And so when they leave school and go to the industries will be like, oh, what can you animate on? Oh, I animate in Flash. Everybody animates in Flash. We'll get Flash for us. And shit like that. Same thing with Toon Boom. So, you know, if a bunch of, like, independent people start learning how to do this on Toons, then that's probably going to shift things in their favor a little bit more. So if anybody wants to get this because they think it'll be easier than the other stuff they've pirated in the past, it's probably not going to be. You're going to have to learn it from scratch just like every other piece of professional grade creative programming. But, yeah, I say go for it. It doesn't seem to be... Because that was another thing I was wary of. If there's a premium version, they might be trying to, you know, give us a taste, get their foot in the door and be like, oh, okay, you like that? Well, here's all the stuff you can't do, and it's only on premium. But I don't really see anything that would tell me that that's the case.
You can't make anything longer than 8 seconds.
Yeah, honestly, like, some software has been known to do stuff like that. But apparently that's not the case. I hope that's true. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to dabble in it, see what I get.
Yeah, let us know. All right, and that's about what I've got.